thanks for joining us here on Matchday Live, where we return home for tonight's game against Millwall. You can watch tonight's game on LUTV outside the UK and Ireland. Just head to the LUTV website to buy your match pass. And we are in great company for this one with Bridie, Hannon and Michael Bridges alongside us. Most importantly, are you both going to be good luck charms tonight?
We hope so.
We hope so.
Have I just jinxed it?
Definitely.
Yes. Yes.
We need to be. We need to get back to winning ways.
Yes, we do. Bridgie, how crucial is it when you reflect on the result of the weekend that we do have a game so quickly?
It's too easy to look at it. It's like you can brush it aside and want to redeem yourself and get going, but I don't think the lads need any more incentive than seeing the results yesterday in our league for the chasing teams. 3 draws, an opportunity tonight to get back to winning ways and increase the gap and get back to the top. That's the incentive and mindset that I'd be using as a player to try and get it in, 1 point in the last 2 matches, not what we expected. I did, however, like the Portsmouth game. I thought we had a lot of chances, so there's a lot of positives that would have taken out of that for the analysis session, and hopefully the chance we created, we'll find the back of the net tonight.
Yeah, and it's a case of dusting yourself down and going again, isn't it, Bridie? But how will they have dealt with that internally, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they will have looked at the game like any other game. They'll have broken down all the chances that we missed, as well as the goal that we conceded, which obviously from our point of view was disappointing. But I think, like what you just mentioned then, Bridget, we're creating the chances, and I think I would be a lot more concerned if we weren't, creating the chances. But, at the end of the day, we couldn't have gone, the rest of the season, without getting beat at some point. But, fortunately, results did go our way last night. So hopefully it gives us time to get back on track tonight and hopefully big 3 points.
Fingers crossed. Bridie's right, isn't she, Bridgie? I mean, to go on a 17-game unbeaten run is no mean feat, is it?
Oh, it's absolutely outstanding. It sends a message. I mean, I remember the Arsenal team, like the Invincibles, did the whole season. We couldn't come anywhere close to doing that. And I've never seen that ever again. You're not going to do that in the Championship. Teams fighting for their lives, there's teams going for playoffs, promotion. What you've got to make sure you're in and about the mix, and that's exactly what we are, in the right position of where we want to be going into these last few games into the season. And we're at home again. So whenever we're at home, Emma, I am so confident.
What is it that Daniel Farke calls it?
His living room, his lounge.
Love it, love it. You're right, though, looking at those results, the Burnley and Sheffield United result, does that provide a bit of a boost? I mean, we know there's going to be loads of twists and turns, even as we enter this last stage of the season. But is that a bit of a boost?
Well, as we look at them results of the teams, no.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was thinking last night, we want it to go our way. And we said a few weeks ago, the fact that the top 4 don't generally drop points. So whenever we've dropped points, I then, unfortunately, go into panic mode, as I'm sure most Leeds fans do. And I'm looking at league tables and I'm trying to work out the maths, and, it's something that I would urge the players not to do. But it's sometimes you can get wrapped up in it and go, right, so if we win tonight, if they win it, and we're playing early kick-off on Saturday, and it's just so hard not to get wrapped up in it. But as fans, that's what we do.
Oh, I'm obsessively looking at the table, and you try and mathematically work out how it could end.
Well, I had it done and dusted by the time we play Stoke. So I hope I'm right.
I hope you're right.
We're on for a record-breaking season.
I know,
Yeah.
long may it
I mean, that's the
continue.
thing. If we win the next 5 home games, that's 91 points. Like, that should be enough to see us go up.
Of course it should.
Should. Famous last words.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bridie, don't speak too soon, though, eh? But how do you, we always talk about how level-headed and pragmatic Daniel Farke is. But, if we're feeling the pressure as fans, how is he feeling, Bridgie, and how does he manage that?
He's got to feel it on a personal level behind closed doors when he's in his office or he's with his family, friends, that you talk about it. You can't show that as a manager when you come in and you're with your players and your staff. You've got to be seen to be a leader rather than a dictator. I think he's so level-headed. He doesn't get too high. We've talked about it before. I just think he's a lovely fella, and when you see the way he operates, there's nothing better than having somebody that's cool, calm and collective. And the massive thing for him, he's been in this situation before. He's got a promotion behind him. That for me is so reassuring, knowing he knows what to expect. There's going to be highs and lows, but he never lets it show and affect his players, which is huge.
He never seems to criticise his players either, even after a bad game. I don't think I've ever really heard him say anything bad about his players, and I think it's about trusting the process, trusting the manager and trusting each other as well, isn't it?
Well, the time that I only saw him crank a little bit is when Tony Drago asked him a question about the game against Burnley. I think it was when he went, "Oh, not many chances created tonight, was it?" And I just saw him kind of lose it, but it was towards Tony. But he didn't come out and criticise. So that's the side of him that I just love. He rides it out, and he's so calm. And I don't want to see my gaffer stressed.
No, you don't. But do you know what? You summed him up perfectly there by calling him a lovely fella. That is exactly how I feel about Daniel Farke. And you're right as well, Bridie. A lot of what he wants to say, he keeps private with the players. And he kind of says that, doesn't he? I don't want to speak on this publicly. I'll speak with them privately. In terms of the opponents tonight, feels kind of like we owe them one after 2 defeats this season, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. However, the FA Cup, I don't really count that. I don't really think it's not a priority for us this season, is it, the FA Cup? And the first game, you know, they edged it, but I think it's a different team tonight. It's a different situation. I think this is probably... They're not going to want to play us tonight on the back of a defeat, because obviously we're going to want a bit of a revenge from, you know, them beating us twice. But just on the back of the Portsmouth game, we're going to be at the races tonight. So they need to defend for their lives if they're going to get a result. And I keep saying it, but if the only team that are going to beat Leeds United are Leeds United.
Oh, yes, Bridie. I love that.
Standard, my work's done. Yours is done. Fantastic. I'm out of a job now.
Hand that over to Daniel Farke as well. Love it. Took her 3 hours to think. Yeah. But from Millwall's point of view, they'll be looking at it thinking, we've done it before, we can do it again, won't they?
Well, I mean, listen, they've got the confidence booster. Like Bridie said about the FA Cup, yeah, it might have been a lesser team, and you know we've got our sights set on something different. Well, there's no doubt about it. You win 2 matches, you're going into this full of confidence. I was just looking at the stats of them. You know, when you're talking about being the worst team with possession, but like they get results. They're effective in certain parts of the field, and the one that shocked me was how many times they win the ball back in the final third. So that means they come out and press high, but then when they can't win the press, they defend deep in numbers. So they've got a game plan and they stick to it, and they're going to be hard to break down. I think I'd like to see an early goal from us, because then it completely changes. The longer it goes on, the more frustrated we get. And when they've got Tanganga and Cooper at the back, very solid defenders, strong. Going to take a lot to beat them.
Absolutely. Just really, really quickly, only one change in terms of team news. Joe Rothwell comes in for Ilya Grove. Feels like he deserves that, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's been bad at his time for a few weeks now. He's had a couple of really good substitute performances, something that me and you were talking about before. We're absolutely buzzing, yeah. And I think, you know, yes, they are pretty good defensively, but I do think they have got some frailties from set pieces, and I think that's where we can exploit them, because we've seen the quality of his crosses, his corners, his free kicks and things like that, and hopefully we can get on the end of one of them. But no, I'm a massive, massive fan, and especially at home as well. We want to be on the front foot. We want to start strong, and you know, like what you just said, we want an early goal, and hopefully he can contribute to that.
We do. Right then, let's get the thoughts of one of tonight's starting 11, shall we? Here's Jaden Bogle.
Jaden, disappointing outcome at the weekend. Have you managed to work that through the system, ready for this one tonight?
Yeah, I think we've got it out of the system now. Obviously a frustrating result and disappointing for us, but the thing is we've got an opportunity today to go and put things right. There is an opportunity there. Results went pretty well for Leeds United, didn't they, yesterday evening? Do you feel there's a chance here to get going again? Yeah, of course. Every game is a chance to put things right, and as I said, we've got a big opportunity today. You've played them twice already this season, and they've won twice. Do you feel like maybe you owe them one in these circumstances, or is that not part of the thinking? Yeah, of course. When a team beats you, you always want to get them back. So obviously that's a big part of it as well. But again, it's just about us focusing, doing the right things in the game, and picking up the 3 points. And crowd could play an important part, I guess, as well? Yeah, of course. Being at home is amazing. The crowd get behind us, get us through tough periods in games. So yeah, they'll be amazing as always today.
Jaden Bogle there talking about the fact that, you know, we focus on tonight's game. But in terms of the context of that game against Portsmouth, now we've had a few days to reflect on it. Is there any, I hate even asking this question, but Bridie, is there any cause for concern moving forward?
The cause for concern with the goal that we conceded was the worrying fact that the communication, I think, has been absolutely spot on this season. In a defensive set, that goal was really, you know, Roden didn't read the situation. He's waiting for Mellier to come out. Mellier didn't read the situation. He backed off. So there was that kind of uncertainty. And then obviously they had a ding dong, the two of them, and they had a big heated discussion about who was at fault. And that's the first time this season I've thought, oh, hang on a minute, that's not like us. So hopefully they've sorted that out, because it was preventable in so many different ways. The long ball getting exposed, and we've just had Jaden Bogle on there, and I think another side, when teams work out that they know we play high and wide fullbacks, it's a massive area. If you can get the transition, win it back quickly and play it down the channels, centre-halves have got to come out of position. So that was something we got done by. So there is things you can tidy up from that. I was just a bit worried, but going forward at home, like I say, I think it's a different beast.
And respectfully as well, you know, you have to give credit to Portsmouth because they knew the game that they wanted to play and they played it, didn't they?
It's a tough place to go, it's Portsmouth. They're really loud and, you know, they play the drum from the first whistle to the 95th.
Yes, the bell ringer.
Yeah, and the goalkeeper had a man of the match performance as well, but it kind of just felt like one of those games where I felt like if we were to play another hour, we still wouldn't have scored. You know, we did have the chances, we created them, which is the positive thing.
Penalty shout as well.
The penalty shout, yeah, we missed a few chances which on another day would have obviously scored. You see the frustration there of Peru. You know, if you look at any other player, you want him to be on the end.
My favourite goal scorer at this football club. I always say he's got absolutely everything. He can score from anywhere. In that moment, he had 2 absolute sitters. That's not like him. So again, on another day, this scoreline's completely different. That's why I love the fact Daniel mentioned that after the game.
But we all have off days, don't we?
Yeah.
You know, none of them players would have gone out there to lose that game or to play poorly. And you know, you look at Tanaka; he's been outstanding for us this season. He had an off game, but you know, unfortunately, it happens sometimes. That's football, but. You know, we've got the opportunity to put it right tonight, and that's the beauty of playing just 2 or 3 days after you've only got a couple of days of being disappointed before you can put it right again.
Yeah.
I've seen that goal again. I'm still frustrated at it. But it's so preventable.
It is. And Daniel Farke will have been really frustrated about that, but there's no doubt that he'll have also been working on that and
Yeah, of
looking
course,
at that.
but it's how he's not going to go to the players and humiliate them and say that's disgusting, this is wrong. You sell it as a product, as how do we get better from this? And I think that's what the analysis sessions from gone back when I was playing, where sometimes you could really be highlighted and basically hung out to dry, and you didn't want to go in their meetings anymore. There's a different way you educate your players and coach them these days. And again, this would have been in together saying what could we have done better, and hopefully both the boys held their hands up and said, well, I could have done this, Melliot could have come out, and we got on with it and we learned from it.
Yeah, Rodon seemed really frustrated, didn't he, with Melliot and vice versa. But you could argue that Rodon was out of position, and you know, it almost looked like Melliot was. His position was set up as if he were going to sweep, but then he didn't sweep.
And then he backed off as well, so there was a lot.
Obviously, he's been under fire for a few weeks now, hasn't he? And I saw him down at the training ground, and he said it's been a tough few weeks. And I said, you know, you've made some really good saves recently. And I must say, the game against Portsmouth, I thought his handling was better. I thought his catching, I thought his punches were a lot better, and his positioning, I thought, was better. But it was just unfortunate that it came down to a defensive mix-up for us.
Right, let's head outside to the Elland Road tunnel and catch up with our commentary team this evening, Bryn Law and former defender Matt Kilgallen.
So the long and winding road that is the Championship season brings us back to Elland Road for another very important game against Millwall. We've got Matthew Kilgallen up on the gantry for the commentary this evening. First job for you, though, is to talk about the team. One change.
One change, yeah. It seems to do it, Farke. He likes playing Grueff away, doesn't he, and Rothwell at home. And I like that. Rothwell, for me, I love how he gets the ball and drives with it. And he sets attacks off for me. But need them two playing well. I think against Portsmouth, that midfield got a little bit bullied for the first time all season, really. So get them back at it, and it should be in our hands.
Do you think Millwall see that Portsmouth performance as a potential blueprint for the way they approach this one this evening?
Yeah, why not? Well, you'd obviously look at it, wouldn't you, and go, right, what did they do? You know, how did they, get after Leeds United? How did they stop them playing? But playing at Portsmouth isn't easy, especially when it's sunny, early kick-off, their crowd right behind them. It's a tough place to go. But, yeah, if you were Millwall staff, manager and the players, you'd look at that and go, how did they stop them playing?
They've already been here as well this year, in fact, and won the game, Millwall. Yeah. Does that have any bearing on this evening?
I mean, there was a lot of changes, wasn't there, for that game in the Cup, but... Yeah, you own one, don't you? That's for sure. But Millwall are tough. They always are. They can cause problems, Millwall, so you have to be on it. Their away form is decent, actually. I think they're like 6th in the league for away form, what I didn't expect when I was doing my notes this morning. So, yeah, let's see. It's going to be tough, but with that squad that Leeds United have got and that starting team, just need a reaction, should go on and win. And with a little bonus and the boost of the way that results went yesterday evening as well, you've got to try and capitalise on that, haven't you? Yeah, you do. You can go either way, can't it, playing the next night, sort of. I mean, sometimes you're going, if they win, it's like, well, now the pressure's really on us. But now it's almost gone the other way, hasn't it? Now you're going, actually, I've got an opportunity to go back to the top. They've slipped up last one night. So, yeah, you're really up for it going, right, we can go top of the league and, to in front. There you go. That's the aim of the exercise this evening. Leeds United looking to reclaim top spot in the Championship.
Matt's putting us all to shame there.
He looks so
full,
happy to be there.
full
with Bridie,
suit.
didn't he? Full suit.
Didn't he?
The smile on him.
Bless
I bet
him.
he's got no hair gel left in his house, by the way, because that looks slick.
It's got more on than you, hasn't he? Let's talk about Millwall. Obviously, we've spoken about their 2 wins over us this season. They're sat in 12th as it stands with an outside chance at the playoffs. What's their approach tonight, do you think, Bridie?
Well, I think they will defend for large parts of it because I feel like that's something that they're quite good at and they're quite effective at. I think they'll try and kind of punish any mistakes that we might make, so we need to be on it from the get-go. But I think for us, we need to go back to playing how we can play and playing our potential, because we know on our day we can beat anyone. And I think the only motivation that you need today is like what Matt said, the fact that you can go top of the league again. You know, you shouldn't need any more motivation than that. It doesn't matter who you're playing. The fact of the matter is you can go top of the league and you're one step closer to the Premier League.
Yeah, you can, and that's huge motivation. Yeah, I know, Bridie, please don't jinx it. But you're absolutely right. But then also, Bridgie, there's that element of pressure that comes with the real business end of the season when you look at that.
You've got to embrace it. If you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best, and you've got to make sure that your mentality is right, and you've got to thrive on it. You know, when I was at Sunderland with Peter Reid, he gave us this belief, and we went through a massive season to get promoted. There's nothing better. Relegated the following season, but then we galvanised because we knew what it took to get there the following season, and we went again. That's why the fact that Daniel Farke is here, and we're playing a team. You asked what Millwall will get Bridie spot on. They're going to defend. I look across the goal scoring record of our team, and there's goals everywhere from players. You know, 5 goals from Ivanovic, who's back in tonight, and then you've also got the lad Watmore. He's not involved. Yeah. Their 5 goals as their top goal scorer. So they're very good defensively. They don't concede many when they get a goal. They'll set plays. They're effective. But I wouldn't want to watch them. I'd want to watch Leeds United because we play football.
They just don't have the team, in my opinion, to come out and press us. But if they do, then that'll just leave gaps, and that'll just be something that we can exploit because that's what we're good at. So it doesn't matter how they play. I think we've seen a Leeds United team this year that can win in a variety of ways, haven't we? So.
They've got a massive incentive as well. They're going for playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's the incentive. You talk about the incentive we have in getting that top spot once again. They've got a huge opportunity to go for them playoffs because Middlesbrough have had a bit of a slump. Blackburn have had a slump. You've seen where Coventry have come from, where Bristol are there. So they need no more incentive neither.
They've got a really tough run as well, haven't they? They've got to play 5 of the top 6, I believe. So it starts with tonight. So they're going to want a result tonight. But having said that, I think they'll settle for a draw if they can.
I think from our point of view as well, and I'm guilty of this, I always think of Millwall as a bit of a bogey team, but actually we've beaten them 8 out of 9 times here at Elland Road.
The home record against them is actually not bad at all. This game tends to whoever the home team is, but like you say, the FA Cup game, we've got in the back of the mind, down at the Den. So let's put it right tonight.
When you look at previous meetings, I think we've won 10 games and they've won 9, so it's always quite a close game. But like what you referenced there with Elland Road, we know it's a fortress, and I think at times all teams have got fans, right, but ours are just another level. And I think sometimes, and obviously you'll probably be able to speak more than me, when you play out on Elland Road, I imagine it's like having an extra player on the team when you've got the fans behind you.
Well, they sent a load of tickets back as well. They couldn't even sell all their tickets, so I can't wait till our fans start singing that at them.
They what, sorry?
They sent a load of tickets back. They haven't. Not many of the fans have travelled for them, so advantage to us.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll be cheering extra loud in here as well. Not that they can hear us, but we will be anyway. Look, oh my God, I love this next video. If you haven't seen it yet, we gave junior member Cruz Canning the chance to interview 2 of the players at the club. Here's a little taster of what happened.
What would you be doing if you wasn't a footballer?
Firefighter.
Right, Junior, please can you show us your best dance move?
You're a tough interviewer, eh?
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Welcome, thank you for the day.
Hi, my name's Cruz and I will be interviewing Mateo and Junior today. First, guys, this is a dream come true. I hope you're not as nervous as I am in this interview. We're just going to get straight on with questions, if that's okay with you guys.
Of course, yeah.
What is it like playing at Elland Road and playing for one of the best teams in the world?
For me, Elland Road is one of the best atmosphere that I ever played, you know. I can't say that I play in really good stadiums, you know, all over Europe, and yeah, 100% Elland Road is up there with one of the best atmosphere.
What would you be doing if you wasn't a footballer?
How you say, como bombero?
Firefighter.
Firefighter? Firefighter.
I was trying to be a DJ. I love music.
DJ.
Yeah.
Which one of you is the best dancer?
The best dancer?
Out of you two, yeah.
Out of me two is me, 100%.
It's a difficult one. We are two of the best dancers, you know.
You are two of the best dancers, but I have more varieties, you know. I dance bachata, I dance salsa.
I can dance too. I dance
merengue.
Right, Junior. Please keep showing us your best dance move.
I will need some music. I will listen. You're a tough interviewer, eh?
What is your favourite chant and why?
It has to be mine.
Yeah,
Has to be mine.
yours gets me going.
It has to be mine.
What's
One of the
yours?
best. But I like mine too. Oh, Mateo, yo.
Yes.
But Junior is the best one, to be honest.
So we've actually got a present for you from the whole of my squad, and it's a signed shirt from all our
Thank you.
players. So there you go.
We got another present for you.
Oh my gosh.
Is your favorite number? Number 7?
Yeah.
Yeah? We actually got 2 presents for you, not just one. So we wanted to let you know that if you can attend, you will be a mascot on the Leeds West Brom game, and you get to choose whatever player you want to go out with.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome. Thank you for the
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Thank you for the t-shirt. Really appreciate.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, I will.
You will?
Thank you.
Which
so
player
much.
will you choose?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we?
Everyone.
Come here.
Hannon has stolen all of our hearts here in the studio. I also think he's coming for your job soon, Bridie. How brilliant is he?
That was special. Do you know what it's like? He's so humble, and he was obviously nervous. He's handled the occasion. Then to see him tear up at the end, that shows what it means to be sitting with your idols and get the opportunity. That was a beautiful segment.
Though, like to be sat in front of him and asking him questions. He was so confident.
Yeah, beautiful for the players as well. You know how they interacted with him and engaged with him.
They obviously didn't know it was going to be
They
a
had
young,
no idea.
young person interviewing them. So that was
Brilliant.
Again, that was lovely because the players have embraced it, and I think that's a lovely. It shows another side to the fans of the good culture that we have as our players that are here.
It really does.
Do the players not look at you like that when?
Look, that full video is on the LUTV app. Please do watch it all because, like we say, he is adorable. Look, we have got less than 10 minutes to go till kickoff. In terms of finding a balance, Bridie, how do we find that balance between making a fast start and scoring early and also having patience if we need to?
Good word. Patience is the key. So we can't get frustrated. You can't try and throw caution to the wind early doors. I think me and Bridie were discussing the last game. There was plenty of good opportunities and moments to show the players that you can go, this is what we do when we get in the final third. And on another day, we're going to do it. So, yeah, an early goal would be lovely, but if not, the patience, the key, and win your battles because it's going to be physical, it's going to be tough. And when I say win your battles, I don't just mean aerially in tackles. It's about beating your play in one-on-one situations, defending properly, not allowing the opposition to get opportunities. And I'm very confident.
And where are those key battles, do you think, tonight, Bridie?
Well, I think it's easy to say, you know, attack versus defence because we know we need to be more clinical, we know we need to not be sloppy at the back, but you can say that about every game. I think for me it's going to be midfield that's going to be key. I think having Rothwell in is a major boost, and I think the last couple of games, obviously, yes, we've dropped points, but I feel like the opposition have controlled us a little bit, so I feel like now, tonight, we need to get back on top of that, and I feel like, you know, the midfield partnership that we've got there, I feel like that could hopefully be the winning piece.
Right, well, it's time to get the thoughts of that lovely fella, our boss, Daniel Farke.
I spoke quite highly about him, and I know he's a very, very experienced manager and knows the championship inside out. So his handwriting is always obvious to see. His sides are always there. Was very competitive and with his handwriting, so it's difficult to beat them, and they always show resilience and they go for it. They're brave also, especially also in away games when they can use a bit more like the position against the ball and then to develop their game out of these situations. Dangerous side, especially also in away games, they have a really, really decent away record, and they've proved this more or less also in the last away game. So we have to be back at our best. need to create at least as many chances as we did away at Portsmouth. Just need to find our goal-scoring boots in this game, and then hopefully when we should get a penalty, there's also a penalty rewarded in this game. We will see. So definitely we have to be at our best. It's difficult to be successful against Alex Neil's Millwall side, and for that, we have to stay pretty focused.
Bridie, can you just tell us what you said about Daniel Farke then when we were watching?
Always smells amazing.
I've never sniffed him.
Yeah.
I've never get close to him, Bridie.
I don't know what he wears. He wears nothing compared to me. I smell of burgers at the minute. He just, whatever he wears, buy it.
He smells sensational.
Yeah, I need to find out what it is.
Look, he spoke about focus there. And that was something in that last game, that there were moments where it kind of felt like we'd lost focus almost. That's going to be so important tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. And I think it's just about, when we were talking about before, about being patient and things. I think if you make a mistake, get on with it. If you go a goal down, don't sulk. Just get on with the game. You know, we've seen this, this season we've scored goals late on. So it's just something we've got to go right to the end. And I'm not going to say what I said the other week, my little blooper that I had. I'm not going to say that, but it's not over till it's over. So, I do feel a bit nervous tonight, I must admit. I felt more confident against Sunderland than I do tonight, just because I feel like these are the games that we're expected to win, which are often the hardest.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry, Bridie.
Great point. Like the Sunderland, Sheffield United games, they were massive bonuses because you're playing the teams around you. These are the ones where you've really got to focus.
And you really, really feel like we should be winning. Yeah. And on that note, score prediction, please. Bridie, Hannon.
Right, I'm going to be confident tonight, even though I said I was nervous, but I think we're going to get back to winning ways. I'd like to see us score a couple of goals. I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0? Yeah, we'll take that, Bridie.
Just killed us there. I was actually thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm going 3-0 as well. I think tonight's a great opportunity to keep a clean sheet and make sure that we are so focused going into the next match.
Well, Bridie and Bridie are both going 3-0 here in the studio. We'll take that. Right, the teams are heading out of the tunnel, so we will hand you over to your commentary team this evening, Bryn Law and Matt Kilgallen.
Thanks very much. Here we go again. Leeds United straight back into action after the disappointment of the defeat at Fratton Park on Sunday lunchtime. The championship being the championship, you don't have to wait too long licking your wounds. They thrust